James Watson, pro boxing fans, delighted to be joined on Zoom today with Joshua Buatsi. Josh, how you doing, mate?
I'm cool, man. Not too bad. How you keeping?
Very good, thank you, mate. Very good. Linked up recently, Virgil Hunter. How's that been going?
Very well, man. Very, very well. I spent 8 weeks out there, and yeah, I'm happy to be back in England. But it was very good, man. Very quiet area, pretty isolated, but it's got nice views, and you're only there to work, so it was good.
What's it like for a fighter to go away, no distractions, nobody else in the area, purely 100% focused on training?
It's good, but realistically, it's boring as well. Yeah, let me get that clear. Yeah, it's good, but it's boring. But you're there to work, and it makes it easier to concentrate on the job. Um, Another good thing is that it's 8 hours behind England, so when my day is starting, people's days come to an end here. So it's very nice because then I can miss everything. Like if anyone's trying to get in touch with me or hold of me, or if any issues are happening or whatever, I miss everything. Like I'm a day behind, so it's quite good in that aspect.
Obviously, you mentioned you've been out there for 8 weeks. Has he developed you as a fighter? Has he changed anything? What have you learned from Virgil in the 8 weeks?
I think mainly the first thing he said was, "I'm not here to change your style. It's just to add to it." And most importantly, how someone does something won't be the same way how I do it. Because I look at the other fighters in the gym and I'm like, yeah, like he's doing exactly what you say or how you showed me it. But then that's that fighter's style, and how I translate and how I reflect what I'm being taught is going to be very different. But we'll see it in the fight, man. I'm optimistic and positive that we'll see it. But as I've said, my aim is to win. If I hold to win, I'll hold. If I have to punch to win, I'll punch. Whatever it is to win, man.
And why at this stage in your career did you feel you needed to make that change?
Another question could be why not? Like I've had 13 fights now, 28, so I'm not old. It's not like I'm world champion yet, and then making the change. So I kind of thought, why not now? A few things as well happened in the background, but I thought this was the right time. So sitting here now, I can't say, oh, I shouldn't have done it, or I should have waited a bit longer. Enough. I felt this is the right time.
Did you feel it was the time to bring in that experience into your camp to move on to world level?
That was part of the decision making as well. Yeah, I felt that there was something missing. A more experienced head, someone that's been there before, done it, and a coaching style that maybe may work for me. So yeah, that was all part of the thinking process.
And obviously, fight coming up next week, the Santos fight. One thing I noticed on social media as soon as it was announced yesterday was the people weren't best pleased with the matchmaking. People were feeling like he's almost out of his depth already before he's even got into the ring with yourself. Do you take much notice of any negativity on social media?
Nah, it was put up, but I don't go through comments. Um, yeah, I don't go through comments, and mainly because he's still gonna come and be dangerous. So I can't go on and read what Bob down the road said. Oh, Buatsi is gonna blast him out in 2 rounds. I haven't got time for that. Because if I'm in there and I'm thinking, yeah, 2 rounds you should be gone, and it's not gone, it's gonna be on me. So I'm not concentrating on that at all. Um, there's been a lot of comments. What it is, I couldn't tell you. The photo went up and that was it. And I kind of keep my head like that, man. If you get sucked into reading comments and going into wars with people back and forth, you won't catch me doing that. Um, and again, the comments are from people that I'll never see in my life, or I don't influence them in their lives, and they don't influence me in my life. So I can't take it personal, man. Everyone's got an opinion these days, so it pretty much is what it is.
We've seen recently as well, Josh Warrington and James Tennyson as well at the weekend. They obviously lost shock decisions to these unknown guys who people also were saying the same things about yourself with, mismatches, etc. Just how important is it to put across to people that although they may not know these people, they are always dangerous?
I learned that in my last fight against Kalic. People didn't know about him. I knew about him, but people didn't know. And like we saw, it was the hardest fight that I've been in over my career so far as a professional. So by I'm not underestimating this guy in any way or like I said, I haven't gone through the comments. So whether they're saying he's a bum or he's going to be a walk in the park, that's not in my mind. And like you said, Warrington and the other guy, is it Tennessee?
Tennyson.
Yeah, yeah. You see what I'm saying? I didn't watch his fight. I missed that as well, unfortunately. But that was in the first round, and it was against someone that I haven't heard of, but and I feel like many people hadn't heard of. But again, he came and he surprised everyone. So that's that, man. I'm not that mistake. I wouldn't be making.
Absolutely. We also saw that night, the weekend just gone, was Craig Richards against Dimitry Beville. There's been a lot of talk that Beville is potentially the route you'll be looking to take. Obviously, without looking past this weekend or next weekend, is that the route you're looking at? Do you feel you're ready for a Beville?
I think I've got the highest ranking with the WBA. Yeah. I haven't seen the fight. To be fair with you, I haven't seen it. So people text me and they're like, "Josh, you can beat this guy." But I always say to people, "Yeah, but we're all sitting outside and making the assumptions from outside the ropes." And who knows what he was going through in that fight or leading up to that fight or whatever it is. But again, I haven't seen it, man. But I wouldn't write myself off against these guys. Absolutely not. I wouldn't do that now.
In terms of, I mentioned Craig Richards in that fight. There's a lot of good British guys moving up to the world level in the division. Obviously, Craig Richards, Lyndon Arthur, Anthony Yard, and Callum Johnson. Obviously, everybody will rank themselves the best out of the lot. I'm sure you would say you feel you got the beating of all four of them. So, if you're taking you outside of it, how would you rank the other four?
Good question. I haven't thought of this one. I think, how would I rank it? Maybe Arthur, Yard, Johnson, Richards, or hey, do you know what? That's what I've said off the cuff, but it could be anyhow, man. Like, I think we're all good, to be fair with you. So that ranking there on a different day, I might say that another way around. But yeah, I can't actually give you like a legit one, because I think you might ask me tomorrow what do I think, and I'll probably say the other way around, or the weekend, and I'll change it again. So that's not a legitimate one, but until these fights are honestly made, we won't know. And that's really how I can sum it up. Until we fight each other, we'll never know.
Stylistically, out of those four, who gives you the hardest fight?
Stylistically, do you know why I don't know, James? Because sometimes I come out to box and I can box. Sometimes I come out to fight and I can fight. So I'm not solely a boxer. So then if I come against a fight, they're like, oh, it's going to be tricky. Or I'm not just a fighter that when I come against a boxer, I'll be stuck. No, I can do both. So if any of them fight, then I'll be the boxer. If any of them's a boxer, then I'll be the fighter. I feel I can do both styles. So just, yeah, whoever shows up, I'll be the star that I need to be to win.
I want to talk about as well, there's rumoured the announcement being made very soon. Your manager, Anthony Joshua, and Tyson Fury, see the mega fight everybody wants to see. Just a quick prediction on that. How does that go, and break it down, and why do you feel that way?
I think for me, Josh wins purely based on the opponents he's boxed. Yes, Fury beat the lineal champion in Klitschko, but I feel Josh has had to go around and collect the belts. He beat some good people for the belts as well, so that's solely why, man. But again, like the Fury against Wilder in the second fight, that's the best I've seen him look. And I remember watching that with my uncle, and I was like, this is mad. Like, how is he come out just like that and put a pressure fighter on the back foot? And he's acting like the puncher. So yeah, very, very good, hard fight. But if I'm to pick who to win, I'll definitely say Josh wins.
Fantastic. Josh, appreciate your time, and all the best for next week, mate.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Have a good one.